November is Native American Heritage Month, and to wrap up this special time of paying tribute to the rich ancestry and traditions of Native people, we'd like to share the story of one of the most versatile athletes of all time, Jim Thorpe. Here's News 4's Jolene Cheney.
They say Jim Thorpe's story began in May of 1887 in a small log cabin on the North Canadian River.
His legacy is probably, two-part, as far as like defeating racism, I'm just trying to think, try to verbalize it, what that means.
What it means to defy racism, defy odds, defy time.
There's just so much, and I'm just, I have all these emotions.
A legend. His native name translated, Bright Path.
Jim Thorpe's legacy, a lot of different people can identify with it. Athletes can identify with it. People that support, the underdog. And then, Native Americans.
Anita Thorpe is the granddaughter of Jim Thorpe.
Are you related to the Jim Thorpe? And I proudly say, yes, I am.
Perseverance personified, victory in the face of adversity.
My father and my aunts and uncles, it was their whole life passion, keeping his name and like having the records, having his record and his medals returned.
Though none of them lived to see the day that wrong would be made right, Jim Thorpe is one of the greatest athletes of all time, a two-time Olympic gold medalist and the first Native American to win Olympic gold, a Major League Baseball player, a professional football player. His athleticism seemed to have no bounds, but the International Olympic Committee made one, claiming Thorpe was paid for playing 2 seasons of semi-professional baseball and stripped him of his 1912 Olympic medals.
They sponsored other athletes from America to go to the Olympics, but when it came time for Jim Thorpe, he had to fund his own way, and that was a part of the racism. So I could really speak of that, but like I said, that's not who I am.
And neither was her grandfather.
People say, well, he never really complained about it, but I know there was a deep hurt there.
The IOC would later give duplicate medals to Thorpe's family, but it wasn't until July 15, 2022, the committee reinstated Thorpe as the sole winner of the pentathlon and decathlon and reinstated his Olympic records. For the next 2 years, Thorpe's medals are on loan to the National Archives in Washington, D.C.
When he died, his wife at the time brought him to Oklahoma to be buried, and that's what his wishes were, to be buried in Oklahoma. But there was some things that happened.
Many members of the Thorpe family are buried here in this cemetery just outside Prague. But when the Olympian passed away in 1953, the family needed help with an honorable burial and a monument.
And that's how he ended up in Pennsylvania.
To Jim Thorpe, a town in eastern Pennsylvania that was named after the athlete. The name change helped the town economically and gave Thorpe the recognition he earned and deserved.
And so when asked, they said, well, why didn't you do anything? Natives just didn't have the voice at the time, or the political backing or support from the government.
But over time, that voice has gotten louder and the path brighter. In books,
Jim Thorpe's Bright Path.
Now read by his great-great-nieces and nephews.
Neither of them knew just how far that path would lead.
In movies, museums, to even the very story of how Jim Thorpe won gold in mismatched shoes because the team's belongings were stolen.
He had a stuffed one fit, but the other one was too big.
But perhaps most importantly of all, now rightfully restored in history.
Jim Thorpe was able to be wronged and still continue to be great.
What a legend. Jim Thorpe was also the first president of the AFL, now known as the NFL. The Thorpe family encourages Oklahomans to visit the new expansion of the Jim Thorpe Museum and Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame in Bricktown.